Yo, 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 how y'all doing out there? Before we get started, let me get right. Man, it is cutting grass season. My legs all messed up, man. You gotta put on extra clothing to cut the grass, man. How y'all doing out there? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is episode 3 from a league on the standpoint. I just want to make sure everything is good. Shout out to all the people in the building. You pulled up early. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Uh, just had to do some things this morning before I went live. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go, man. Got to get right before we get right. Just want to make sure everything before we get started. How y'all doing? Y'all see the title, man. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Y'all definitely see the title. Shout out to the people pulling up. I know it's early, but we going to, it's my normal time. All right, man. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? Let's get these comments, subscribe. Shout out to the 5 people in the building. We're going to get started. Y'all can come back and watch it whenever. All right, boom. Elon Musk apologizes to Donald Trump. I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. So if y'all don't know, Donald Trump was quote unquote supposed to be on the Epstein list. So the Epstein list is basically an island where a lot of celebrities go into this island where they supposedly do intercourse with minors. You know what I'm saying? So the reason they haven't released the list is because they say the president is on there. So Elon Musk went on a rant and basically said, yo, your name on that list, my boy. And that was a big thing like 2 weeks ago. And the crazy part was that, you know, they don't want to release this list for the simple fact that the president is on it. Well, they say the president is on it. We're not sure because obviously they haven't released the list. If y'all don't know, Elon Musk is definitely a big part of Trump's presidential campaign. You know what I'm saying? He helped them a lot. You know, social media is like, if you got that social media presence, you basically can sway the fans of everybody. So Elon Musk helped Donald Trump with a lot of his social media campaign to become president, and he became president. Now the only thing about that is that Elon Musk was helping him. So you know we're in the era of basically the internet. So if you got the social media presence, I think that's why Camilla didn't really win, because she tried to basically use the women. She had Megan Thee Stallion, she had Cardi B, you know, people like that trying to persuade the electoral votes. But the thing was, Trump had Elon Musk, which is the owner of Twitter. So he's a big part of his presidential campaign. He was running with him at damn near, you know what I'm saying? So he basically apologized for this tweet, for what he said, because rumors is that Trump is on that list. And they don't need Trump to be on that list, especially if you're the president on that list. So the island is called Epstein Island, but the list is the people that's been on the island. So the thing about the island is it got raided. You know, people found out about it, but they never put the list out because they said Trump was on that list. So they definitely that's definitely something to look over. But I'm not gonna lie, I felt like when Elon and Trump was going back and forth anyway, I felt like it was all planned. You know, they friends. You know how that go. So I don't know how true the back and forth was. He was up. This thing say 3 o'clock in the morning. So you was thinking about this for a little. This was on your mind. You was like, hey, I ain't mean to say it like that. But that's kind of the tweets that he referring to. He basically said Trump is on that Epstein list, and he apologized for that. He do not want to. He went too far because that's not a good list to be on. Because this island so called had minors on it, so you definitely don't want to get in that, especially if you're the president. You know what I'm saying? So Elon Musk was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, man. He, I don't know what time zone he in, but even if it's a 2 hour behind, whatever, you was up at 3 o'clock in the morning. This thing say 3:04 a.m. yesterday. That just happened this morning. So not this morning, but last morning. So yeah, that's the reason why he apologized for the tweets. Donald Trump is supposedly on the Epstein list. That is not a good list to be on. That's an island where they got raided with minors and all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, they was working together for this presidential campaign. He won. You know, Donald Trump got the second term, obviously. So that's the tweets he referring to when he said my post took a little too far. All right, boom. So we got Lil Durk denied bond again. He basically asked for he asked for, it was like $1 million at first. Then it started off at $1 million, then it started off like 2 million. Then he offered 4.5 million, and they denied that. So I'm like, hey, if you denying that, you must want this dude. So now what they saying is, I'm gonna read this for y'all. The Fed say Lil Durk will need to go completely broke and give up all his properties to be granted bond, as they fear he might use his fortune to place bounties on the witnesses. Now, if y'all don't know too much about Lil Durk's case, most of his case is basically from phone calls of putting hits on people. Um, they got a couple other things in there, giving people money to do certain stuff, illegal stuff. So the reason they basically want him to be broke is so he can't provide money to do these things. And I was just talking about this. I'm like, yo, sometimes when you're a celebrity or you're the person with the money, you can give your homeboy some money. He could go buy drugs, he could go buy guns, whatever he want to do with the money, he's gonna do. So Lil Durk could just be a friend saying, yo, here go a couple $1,000. I appreciate you for sticking around with me. Anything. Now, his homeboy in Chicago, wherever wherever he giving the money, they could just be buying drugs, anything illegal, and could do anything illegal with the money he's giving them. And the fact that he has a history of being on the phone, recording phone calls, giving people money for hits, they basically saying they just want him to, if he want to get out, he got to be broke. But I don't understand that, because what do you expect him to get? Are you expecting Lil Durk to get a job again? Because if he get out, I'm pretty sure he trying to do the Chris Brown thing. So Chris Brown basically got locked up for something that happened back in 2023. He posted a $7 million bond, but see, Chris Brown went on tour. Chris Brown is on tour right now, so he's gonna make that money back. And I don't think when your bond is that high, you don't have to pay the whole bond. So it's 10% or whatever. That's normally how it goes. So 4 million, it'd be 400,000. So the feds are basically saying they want him to be broke when he get out. But I don't understand that. Why not just put him on an ankle monitor or something? Because if you want him to be broke when he get out, what are you expecting him to do? Get a job? That's not. Lil Durk can't get no regular job again, man. It's over with. He got to do tours. He got to do his music. But then it's like, let's just say they do let him out. Do they say, hey, you have to change your content? Because this is what we know you for. This is what got you famous, talking about what you do in the streets. So do you let him out? You say you want him to be basically broke, but would it, the thing I think the disconnect is, and it's the hard part, is that when Chris Brown went through something like this, obviously not the placing bounties on people's head, but when Chris Brown kind of was like, okay, I need to get out of this situation, I post bond. I think the thing with Chris Brown is that he's not promoting violence in his music. He's an R&B singer, so they like, okay, as long as you got the money, we'll let you out. But for Lil Durk, they built this case on him, and they feel like he's a threat to society. But he probably looking at it like, man, I just want to get out of here. I ain't on that no more. But this kind of started from the Quando Rondo situation. We all know how that went. And see, the thing about it is, it's like people feel like once you do something to my people, I have to retaliate. But sometimes, man, you might gotta just let the law do their job, because then you in a situation like this, you want to get back, trying to get people back. When 9 times out of 10, we not in the 90s no more. You're not getting away with a lot of stuff. So the person that normally kills your homeboy or somebody in your group, they gonna get caught more than likely. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting away with too much nowadays. So I think the problem is that now that you're a celebrity, you can't do certain stuff because you are being watched. And see, the thing about it is, the thing about it is, when you're a celebrity, you can't just do anything. So I think that's the thing about it. They got him basically already doing certain stuff, caught doing certain stuff. They built this RICO case on him, and they basically just like, yo, you get out, if we let you out, you can't be able to get on that phone. You can't be able to do nothing. Like nothing. So what did he do in this situation? I mean, you want to get out because you think you're gonna get out, make money, go on tour and stuff. But what if they feel like even you being on tour, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna stop anything. So I think, he trying to put up as much as he could to get out to make more money. But the feds at a point, they don't even want, but we know how this go. When the feds come and get you, they got everything they need. So they normally don't even let you out on bond because they got all the information. This not a state RICO. It's a federal RICO. So they already had all the information before he even pulled up. Before they pulled up and came and got him. So they looking at it like, well, if we caught you with all this stuff, why should we give you bond? We don't want your money. We came and got you, and it's not funny. I don't mean to laugh, but they don't want his money. They don't want his money. They want him. They feel like he put a lot of people in danger. He put a lot of hits out, and that's the biggest problem right now. The only way they can, basically the only way he can get out is if he be a regular person again. I'm pretty sure India got some businesses, some money going around, but I don't know if it's enough to cover him going on tour, him being able to make music. So at this point, do you say, "Hey, yo, I'll get out basically broke, but I gotta find another way to get my money because you are a rapper." I'm pretty sure he got like endorsement deals, things of that nature. He probably got a couple of businesses. Maybe if he can prove he got businesses, but I think the problem is if they want him to, if he wants to get out, he cannot do it. Can't be music. It can't be the thing that got you in there. And that's really 9 times out of 10 when you're a rapper, that's really all you got. Unless he hopefully he invested his money into something, maybe a business. He could prove he got a business like, yo, I can get out of this situation if I show you I got a legit business that's making money, but most of his income is probably rapping, which is the reason they don't want to let him out because his raps, um, him giving people money to do certain things. So their biggest fear is putting bounties on the witnesses because we all know how this go. Without no witness, you don't have no case. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to build they already got the case because the feds came and got them. So at this point, we just gonna see what's gonna happen, man. Because I don't think he can get out and be a regular person again. That's out the door. Like where you expect him to work somewhere, everywhere he goes, somebody gonna be like, "Oh, that's Lil Durk. That's Lil Durk." He ain't gonna be able to. Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to work no regular job again. So put up all his properties. I'm pretty sure he probably talking about some houses, maybe. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see how that definitely goes. All right, man. So we got before we get up out of here, because we do got another show. I just wanted to do this quick blog right quick. Boom, here we go. Pacers take game 3. Halliburton. Let me say this: the bench played. Hold on, let's go to the box office. Okay, here we go. Shea only had 24. That's not gonna get it done, Shea. You need about what you've been averaging: 30 or plus, 32. Um, he played 42 minutes. That's too much minutes. You know what I'm saying? You are the star of the team, so you got to stay in the game. We get it, but if you're gonna stay in the game for 40 minutes plus, you got to give me at least your average. Shea been averaging 30 all year. Um, Chat gave me some good numbers: 20 points, 10 rebounds, but he was the only person in double figures. That is not gonna get it done. You need double double. You need a double double, Chat. You need a double double. Well, no, that is a double double. Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, that is a double double. I'm tripping. They didn't really get no help from nobody else. The starters, 4 starters got on double digits, but that was it. They didn't get no help for the bench. Caruso only had 8 points. Uh, that was it. Like they didn't get no help from their bench. But whereas though the Pacers, they got help from their bench right here. You know what I'm saying? So, and they got 10 from McNeil. Halliburton played great. Halliburton basically had a triple double. You know what I'm saying? Siakam, he almost had a double double, but he had 21 points. But that dude off the bench was really helpful. You know what I'm saying? Miles Turner, he didn't have a good game, but his presence was felt. So between Halliburton, the dude off the bench outplayed the bench is what did it. So Halliburton basically had a triple double. Can't go wrong with that. All right, let's look at this. 24 assists versus 16. That's at least 8 more points. You know what I'm saying? OKC pretty much won in the rebound column, but they got 30 free throws too. Pacers was pretty much more efficient on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like they basically shot 50% versus 46%. They got up more shots, 6 more shots than the Pacers. The fouls is pretty much even, points in the paint, turnovers. They just really took over the second and the fourth quarter. And those are the biggest quarters because the second quarter is going to the half, fourth quarter is the end of the game. So OKC started off 32-24, but the Pacers had a big second quarter, 40 points in the second quarter. Then the fourth quarter, OKC only scored 18. That's not gonna get it done. That's not gonna get it done. You got to do better, Shay. You got to give me at least 30. Because if you give me 30, that's 6 more points. The game might look a little different. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give me something better than that. So yeah, man, this is from a league owner standpoint, from a league owner's perspective, episode 3. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. We will be blogging more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about battle rap. Trying to get it back in my blogger mode. I'm trying to get in my blogger mode. So yeah, I appreciate everybody pulling up. We got some interviews today. Got some lives today. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Y'all be safe. This is the stage. See y'all in a minute, man. We got a couple interviews lined up, all of that.